Well, hello, Math 8 students. This is Mrs. Hazel here. For the last time this year, I will be doing my video lesson for you, and this is for the last week of school. So we want to kind of make it a little bit easier for you than the last couple weeks. So I think you're going to enjoy as much as you can this lesson and the assignment because it should be pretty easy. All right, so let's get to it. So you are going to have a worksheet that you have to do, and that worksheet has 8 problems, and I'll be doing the first 2 with you, so then you have to do 6 more problems. And on that worksheet, it says for you to graph, and then the information given, and then it wants you to, and the information that you're given is you're given the x-intercept and you're given the y-intercept. So you have to graph those and create a line, and then you need to write them in ordered pair form. So you got to do 2 things, but both will be pretty easy, and you'll see what I mean here in a second. Okay, so for number 1, you are given the x-intercept of a -1, and the x-intercept crosses your x-axis. So at -1, here's 0 at the origin, so -1 would be 1 over to the left. So you're going to put a dot there at -1 on the x-axis. So that is where the x-intercept is going to be. The y-intercept, we should know this by now, is -4. So that is going to be where the line crosses the y-axis. So we need to go to -4. So start at 0 and count down 1, 2, 3, 4. So there is your second point. Okay, so then you would connect those you would connect those 2 dots with a semi-straight line. Now, granted, my markers are about used up, so thank goodness this is my last video for the school year. It should be a straight line. Mine's not so straight, but you guys know what I mean. Okay, so that's your first thing you had to do. Now, the second thing it says is to put your intercepts in ordered pair form. So ordered pair form, just to remind you, is when you write your point, okay, with the x number going here and the y number going here. This is called ordered pair form. So to write the x-intercept in ordered pair form, we already know what the x is, right? The x is going to be a -1. Pen, please hold out. Okay, but my y, what is my y when the line is going through the x-axis? Well, the y is actually going to be at 0. So you would put 0 for your y. So that's ordered pair form, -1, 0 with parentheses around it. Okay, so then let's look at the y-intercept. So we know what the y is, so we draw our ordered pair. Oh, hold on, markers, keep going. Okay, so my y is going to be the -4, and if I look here on my graph, when my y is a -4, my x is always going to be 0 for my y-intercept. So there you go. So that should be pretty easy to remember. You know what the x is, so your y is going to be 0, and you know what the y is, so your x is going to be 0. So that's how you write the x-intercept and the y-intercept in ordered pair form. All right, let's do number 2. Let's hope my marker can last. If I ever have to do video lessons again, I'm going to have to buy new markers. And maybe I'll invest in a second whiteboard. But we'll see. Fingers crossed. Okay. Let's draw this. Oh, my markers are not hanging in there. Okay, so let's see. I wrote it down. So for this one, we were given the x-intercept of +2 and the y-intercept of a -1. Okay, so +2 on the x-intercept is going to be on the x-axis at 2. So there's my first point. And if you want, you can just go ahead and write it in ordered pair. So that would be 2 comma 0. That's what this point would represent. Okay, and then my y-intercept is a -1. So that's going to be a point here, -1 on my y-axis. So if we want, we can just go ahead and write that ordered pair. So that's going to be 0 comma -1. So that represents that point. And then, let's see how straight I can draw this line. Ooh, that's pretty good. And then we draw our line. So can you see that okay? There we go. Voila! And that's all you have to do, kiddos. That's not so bad for the last week of school. So anyways, so go ahead and do the next 6 problems, and you can do some more review on Khan, or we'll have a quizzes for you to do just to do some more review. And I just want to say it's been a pleasure teaching all the Math 8 students the lessons the past 2 months. I'm going to miss my Olympians, and I will miss the Spartans and the Mariners. I've got to know a lot of you just by seeing you in the hall and at lunch and stuff like that. So enjoy your summer, and good job, you guys. This is Mrs. Hazel signing out.